This is crazy. This definitely caught the world by surprise, right? A company of this magnitude often doesn't have a dividend so fast. It just announced a 50-cent dividend per share per quarter, which is going to be a $2 dividend per year. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is a stock I believed in. The stock just sent the market on fire. And right now we talking about Facebook, y'all. That's right. So Facebook's earnings call. This past week, Facebook went crazy. So let's just put this in perspective right now. The stock is up 153% in its 52-week range, right? So they announced a 50-cent per quarter dividend, $2 a year, a $50 billion stock buyback. I just want to say this, if you on Facebook every day, all day, if you on Instagram, if you on Threads, why not own this stock? Second of all, think about this, man. Mark Zuckerberg owns 350 million shares. 350 million shares. That means he'll be taking home about $175 million a quarter. $175 million a quarter. That's what he'll be taking home. Right? Now, mind you, he took home about $27 million in 2022. He took home $27 million in compensation, means share buybacks, because he only pays himself $1. He pays himself a $1 a year salary. That's amazing. We got to get behind that because a lot of CEOs do that, and I got to figure out why exactly do they do that. I don't know just yet. Now, Facebook did fire 2,100 employees in 2023. They had a net income of $14 billion. They had a market cap right now, $1.2 billion. But what I want us to do is I want us to take a second. I want us to go inside of the Facebook stock. Now, watch this. Here's what we got. So I'm looking at a company that has grown its revenue over the since 2000. Watch this. 2013, they grew the revenue by 54%. 2014, 58%, 2015, 48%, 2016, 54%, 2017, 47%, 2018, 37%, 2019, 26%, 2020, 21%, 2021, 37%, 2022, which was in the market was down, they declined by 12%, by 1%. Now let's talk about that. Remember, 2022 is the same year what happened. Apple blocked Facebook from following people. They gave everybody the option. You know, when you were going to app and Apple would say, do you want this app to follow you? And you had the right to say no. We figured out that 70% of the people would say no. That definitely hit Facebook hard in the face. But then we go a little further. Here's something that I really like about Facebook, the free cash flow. It went from 17 billion to 19 billion, 21 billion, 23 billion, 39 billion, 28 billion, and right now, Facebook or Meta has $37 billion sitting in free cash. That's crazy. Now, the stock surged about 15 to 16% when it announced the dividend. But watch this, dog. Year to date, as of right now, Facebook stock is up 36%, which is about $129. Right after they announced that, the next day, the stock was up $21, $85. Now, of course, a lot of people truly gonna feel like, yo, that means growth is slowing. Trap, that means they slowing down. But let's just think about this. Meta stock has now said, yo, we're gonna pay out a dividend, right? Here's what they just did though. They just spent $10 billion buying 350 chips from NVIDIA. They said they're gonna need another 300,000 chips because they're gonna need a total of 650,000 chips from NVIDIA to have their whole complete infrastructure taken care of. AI is the future. We know it. There's no way around it. Facebook, Meta is the world's biggest digital platform agency. I don't see slowing down of any time. All right, yep, you can say, well, Trap, TikTok is doing its thing. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think TikTok is a threat no more. I don't think they're a threat. I think TikTok has who it has, and so does Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. They have who they have. They're putting a lot of content on. They're putting a lot of money into Threads, and they're putting a lot of money back into Reels because they see that Reels is now profitable. Watch this. You can go on Instagram right now, and now on your timeline, it's no longer going to be just people you follow. On your timeline right now, if you just go on, there's people from all, you're like, yo, how did this get on my timeline? Well, what they're doing is they're mixing your timeline up so you can see more things you're interested in. They're doing that purposely. Why? Here's what we know from the earnings call. Daily active users went up. Monthly active users went up. Let's go a little further. Money spent per user went up, and money spent per family went up. Time usage per family went up. Subscribers went up on Facebook and Reels. Now we talk about Facebook or Meta, we talking about Instagram as well. So Instagram is gonna be here. Ad dollars increase. You know why? With 1.2 billion, no, with 3 point something billion users, yo, it ain't going nowhere. All right, let's go a little further. Right, the company now is a $497 stock. We have analysts that has this stock as a strong buy. We have 60% of analysts saying this stock could reach $575. And I'm going to be real with you. I do not see this thing slowing down. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, at least at some part of the year, we're going to have a big pullback. We know that. People are saying a recession. I feel like we've been in a recession since the pandemic. We ain't never got out of it. But I think it goes through phases, right? And certain stocks just gonna go crazy, right? So we got 42 analysts, 60% of those analysts see the stock being at $575. We have another maybe 13% of the analysts saying it can go as low as $260. I don't know what the hell they looking at. But then we have another group of analysts say it can range between 409 and 480. So we'll kind of live with that. I want to look at something too that's more important. Like for me, I like to look at the data. Revenue has grown. 2022, $116 billion. 2023, revenue is up to $136 billion. That's increased revenue. So here's what it goes. Let's look at it from a percentage-wise. 2019, 26% increase. 2020, 21% increase. 2021, 37% increase. 2022, they minus 1%. 2023, back up 17%. They're expected to grow more revenue in 2024. They're expected to have $154 billion in revenue. 2025, $172 billion in revenue, which is a 13% increase, 11% increase. In 2026, $188 billion in revenue. How do we say that's slowing down? I don't know, right? So when I look at a company like this, here's what I also want to understand about this type of company. The more they get in subscription base, we minusing the fact that people are still buying those blue checks. They made a bag off that alone by itself, buying the blue checks. This is a company, I promise you, that is going to be around for a while. Mark Zuckerberg is in his bag right now. Like, he's deep in his bag. And mind you, yes, Apple is dropping the glasses in. They are 100% on a whole nother level. But at that $3,500 price tag, let's be real, it's cheaper to get the Oculus. They're going to keep increasing that because I still believe, even though he's not heavy on it, I still believe Mark Zuckerberg is dedicated to the metaverse. I think he just downcreased the spend on it because investors didn't like how much he was spending on something in the future. He went from spending $10 billion a year to saying, you know what, I'll spend $3 billion a year. And guess what? As an investor, you're like, you know what? I don't mind you spending $3 billion on future development. They was cool with that. He found a sweet spot. And guess what? I still believe he's going to do that. I still believe he's going to look for a way to get off solely off the Apple platform because Tim Cook punched him in the face. It set him back for a while, but he took a year to come back. That's why they say it's a minor setback for a major comeback. Facebook stock blew Apple out the water. It's going to blow it out the water again. Apple is truly struggling right now. But I believe an Apple stock a day keeps the poverty away. I love this Meta stock. I love this Facebook stock. I think Mark Zuckerberg, as Lil Boosie would say, is an amazing CEO. I think he is a half crazy. I think he is insane, but that's what a genius looks like. I think he has made this Meta platform addictive because it's kind of like the slot machine effect. You keep refreshing you know what I'm saying? And I think people aren't going to. Now, the thing is, they will struggle with younger users, right? I think TikTok has that, but Facebook has a platform for everybody. I don't think Facebook itself, the first original one is it, but I think Instagram is Reels is the way to go. I like this stock. I can see the stock actually going to $600 at some point. I can see that early 2025. If it has another earnings call like it had where it blew it out the water, again, I can see it being that. I like Facebook stock. I like Mark Zuckerberg. The 50-cent dividend, the $2 a year now, they have so much money to grow that. That payout ratio is not even going to be that much. I think it can now, over the next 10 years, be a huge dividend pay. I think it can be a dividend, I think it'd be one of those, I think it could be a company that can truly be in your dividend portfolio because of what it does. So it now joins Apple, Microsoft, Oracle, and what people don't know is NVIDIA actually pays a small dividend. I think it could join them, man. So, man, that's my thoughts on this Meta. I love it. I like the idea of the dividend. I like what they're doing with this brand. I love this brand. I've always said I've been in the stock since about $89. I told everybody when it pulled back, when everybody was saying, Facebook is dead, Facebook is trash. I'm like, how? The company has zero debt. Zero. He built the company with no debt. He don't listen. How? Well, he got enough money to innovate. Wow. He can buy somebody. He can buy him. So anyway, that's how I feel about it, man. Let me know in the chat how you feel about it, man. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Tell us more about what type of content, because we going to flood y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, it's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Salute.